These incredible 3D websites were all built without writing a single line of code. But what if I told you that you could build your own $20,000 website with just 3 tools thanks to the power of no code and AI? Well, today I'm not just going to be showing you how to build out this website, I'm also going to show you how to go out and sell it. So make sure to stick around to the end. Welcome to the lab. My name is Christian. We have a lot to cover right now, so let's jump right in. Now, this first tool allows you to build sitemaps and wireframes for your website in less than a minute. And if you're not familiar with these terms, a sitemap are all the pages that you're gonna have inside of your website, and a wireframe is all of these sections that you're gonna have within each one of those pages. So we're talking about the text, the buttons, the images. Now let's blow your mind. This platform is called Realoom, and it allows you with just one prompt to build out the entire sitemap in just a couple seconds. You're gonna see it build itself live. So all you gotta do is come down here and describe your company in one sentence. So here I've put a roofing company called Roof Ninjas based in New Jersey. Let's generate this. As we see live, it is actually building out the homepage. It's also determining which pages you might want for your website. But if we come in a little closer here, we're gonna see that it's actually created different sections for this homepage. So each page has its own sections, and we can choose to rearrange these sections, to delete them, etc. And if we scroll out, we're gonna see the different pages. We can select for it to generate the content of this page, a blog, that sounds great, with blog post section. And what I show you next is what's gonna start blowing your mind. If you come to the top here, you just click on wireframe. It's literally gonna build out every single one of those pages in real time. It is doing this in a matter of seconds in front of your eyes, and it's creating not only each section that is talked about, but it's also actually copywriting inside of each one of these sections. So just like that, we have all of these pages built. If we scroll in a little bit, what we're gonna see is that it's actually created not just the different sections, but it's also created copywriting. It's created space for the images. And this is just the very first step. You can actually come in here and let's say that you don't like this header image. You can come here and replace the component. You can choose from a number of other components that it has here, and it will rebuild that in real time with AI. And so you can now just come in here and adapt the wireframe as you'd like. You can change all the copy in each one of these sections. And now, my friends, things start getting spicy because we're now gonna build out this entire thing in a matter of minutes with no code tools. So when we're happy with this, we can come to the top right and we can click on these buttons and we can copy to Webflow. It is a no code website builder that allows you to drag and drop functionalities to build beautiful websites. And we can copy this and we can actually straight up paste it inside of a Webflow project. It's gonna ask us to clone the style guide, which is the entire look and feel of the website that we've created here. And it's gonna ask us also to download a plugin to make it easier for us to build inside of Webflow. You then come here and click clone here. It's going to create a new project inside of your Webflow. On this screen, I'm just gonna click create site. We're gonna call it We Are No Code's Fantastic Site. And it's opened up inside of Webflow. The way to see if it worked, you click here, you're gonna see there's a style guide right here. I'm now gonna go back into my project here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to copy to Webflow. I'm gonna jump inside Webflow. I'm gonna come here. I'm going to delete everything from the wrapper here, and then I can click on this and paste. And so this built the entire homepage in just a couple of seconds, and boom, just like that, it's created all of the HTML, all of the CSS, and the JavaScript. So it's built out a fully functional website with all the code behind it without writing a single line of code in a couple of minutes. And if anything I've shown you so far has blown your mind, you owe me a subscribe. And if not, keep watching, because I'm gonna earn that subscribe. I'm gonna blow your mind. Let's go. So here we have a very beautiful website, and we can come in here and we can change out all of these images. We can connect the buttons, but this is basically a static website. So we would have to do a couple things to turn it into a high-end website. So the next thing we're gonna do is bring in beautiful animation just like these. And again, no coding required at all. So this next tool is called Spline, and it is a 3D collaboration platform where you can create designs and you can integrate them specifically into your Webflow projects too. So when we log in here, we can either generate one, use new files. I can go and check out the different things in the library. And let's see, ooh, I like this thing here. Let's import this inside our project. And there's a full interface for you to be able to adapt it here. But for the sake of this example, I'm gonna go quickly and let's say that we're ready to export this to our project. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and click on the play settings. I'm gonna select the animations that I want. I do not want it to be able to zoom in, for example. And let's just say I'm good with all the rest. I'm gonna update this public URL. You always wanna do that once you've adapted something inside this panel. And then we're gonna go to viewer. So I'm gonna come in viewer here. I'm gonna click on this copy button for this link. And then I'm gonna head over to Webflow. I'm gonna go inside my project and I'm gonna pretty much add over here an element. Now this element, we can actually select Spline because they have an integration, which is beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this in here. Boom, it's created it. So that's great, but we actually realized that there's background here and this is too small. So we're gonna jump back into Spline over here and we're gonna go to place settings. We're gonna take out the background again. We're going to update. You might even want to reduce the size of this a little bit just because it seemed a little bit big on that website. And then we're going to click on export again. And again, we're going to update the viewer. So go ahead and copy that. We're going to come back inside of here. We're going to click inside the scene. We're going to switch out this link. Boom, just like that. It looks good. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go and play it. We're gonna see what this looks like live. Awesome, so just like that, we've incorporated this little 3D that, as you can see, moves around with the mouse, which is pretty cool. And this is gonna be the kind of thing that gives it a very expensive little touch to it, right? And just like that, with zero code, you've created a first version. Now, what do we have to do to make this a $20,000 website? Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, you're gonna want to add your logo. You're gonna want to put in beautiful photography. You could also have 3D models that basically adapt and move down your website as you actually scroll. So there's so many things you can do with 3D animation. You can adapt all of the styling here just by going once into the style guide over here and just adapting the individual buttons that you see inside of here. So if you want to change, for example, the look and feel of a button, you could go down here and you could basically just change one little UI element like a button, and it will change throughout the entire project. So let's just go back now to the home page, and we're gonna see now that all the black buttons are now green. And you can also add all sorts of functionalities through these apps down here, which will allow you to extend the functionality and to go from a just $5,000 website to a $20,000 3D website. Okay, so you've showed us how to build it. How do you go out there and get customers though? Well, the first thing you can do is create a portfolio website. So have a first beautiful website that you can showcase to clients so that when you show up and say, hey, I'd like to build a website for you, they can take you seriously. Now, to find people who can afford $20,000 for a website, I would probably target businesses who can actually afford that kind of money. And to do that, I'd probably use a platform called BuiltWith, which allows us to find out which websites are built on potentially some old school kind of software. And once I had a list of companies that are generating more than $1 million a year, but have very clunky websites, I would actually start looking on LinkedIn for the people who work at that specific company who might be in the marketing department. Or if it's a small medium business, I would probably start with direct outreach on LinkedIn, letting them know that I've checked out their website, potentially recording a short video of me going over their website and telling them what I think they could improve. At the end of that short video, I would talk about my services and showcase a beautiful website I had built with Webflow, no code, and AI. Now, to sell a $20,000 website, it has to come with $20,000 support, which means that they want reactivity. So as soon as I got an answer from them, I would basically create a sitemap and I could share it here within Reloom saying, hey, here's what I think the structure might look like. Ask them if they have any thoughts about the layout. And then you could basically show them the wireframe within just a couple of seconds as well. And you could say, hey, here's how I see all of these sections potentially working together. So now you've been able to show them you're proactive, and together with the example of the website that you've created, you're also going to have credibility and already starting to take first steps in the direction of building out their website. Even before they pay for it, you're hopefully able to close the deal, and then you can send me my 10% commission and we're good to go. And that, my friends, is how you build and sell a website. But if you want to learn more ways to generate money with no code and AI, I highly recommend that you check out this video because I'm going to be showing you 7 no code AI tools that can make you a millionaire. Thanks for watching. Let's go.